Alright, so we're back over here. In this video, we are installing a P-trap. This is my first time doing this. If you see my previous video, I was removing and right now there's no light. Let me get a light. Alright, here's the light. It may go in and out. This is a very cheap solution. But here we have this P-trap. Let me go in. And what was there before was this 45 degree. I didn't document it all that well, but if you see in the last video, it was in the background, and this 45 degree met its demise as things that you realize you don't have the tools to do get removed with a saw. So it wasn't too bad to remove it, but then what I realized is that at the junction, I love how I put the light on the phone trying to light up the pipe. At the junction right there, you can see my attempt to remove the coupling. I guess it's the trap coupling. It's essentially this. This is the new one. This was the old one. But no, it wasn't trap coupling. It was the elbow coupling. So this used to be right there, and it went 45 degrees, which then created the situation that the P-trap didn't line up, forcing a lot of stress and tension on the drain, which, even though I think the seal was worn anyways, it prematurely wore out the seal, and because it was pulling, and I could see even with the new drain, if I left it how it was, it would be pulling it the other way. But by doing it this way, now there's very little. It's not perfect, but there's definitely a lot less stress between the components. And the part that I'm at now is nothing's glued, everything's just kind of screw tightened on, and we can see when we run water through the system, I mean, obviously there's going to be leak points. So the stage that we're at now, nothing's been glued, everything can come apart, but I have it together right now because I was just doing some dishes and having some food and learning about how the P-trap works. Is how, by having the water column, if you have no water column, you're going to get the flow of gases into your home. And I didn't really notice it that much. I mean, obviously it doesn't smell great, but I've become kind of unaffected by it just because of the necessity of it needing to get done. But when I did notice it was when I run water through this other sink over here, that I guess pushes the gases, and you do smell like a foul smell. So putting this together, it holds at least enough. Now right now it's holding. It feels pretty dry. So right now it's holding a water column right here. So this joint, and if you see any of the plumbing videos, this will be mentioned as like the hardest one because this is continuously underwater. So fortunately the hardest one seems to be okay. Now I may be speaking too soon, but it seems like our problem areas are over here, which just require some gluing of all the different fittings. Now I definitely want to make sure that everything's right before gluing it, because that's going to be kind of a permanent thing. So it looks good, it feels good, it's definitely looks and feels a lot better than it did. And it's the natural, it's kind of a nice natural organic fit. So the only downside I see is that fitting will be permanent if this ever needs to go out, that it can go straight. Because I think the reason why it went to a 45 degree angle, because it was designed to go straight, was because there was a garbage disposal here. But I mean, the garbage disposal can be put over in the other sink, and then because there it's a nice little stub out. Here it's a longer stub, and then you can always recut it. So there's things that can be done that a professional plumber, but for the time being this will be a nice clean flow. There should be no obstruction. of the flow, and there should be no extraneous, and you know where the force is once you relieve the tension and where everything goes. So I'm going to look at the instructions for the cement, and then I guess we're going to cement this and see how this goes.